What happens when grief, betrayal, and buried secrets collide on a campus already dripping with blood? In the Season 2 premiere of Gen V, the stakes explode higher than ever. This isn't just a return to Godolkin University. It's a brutal reminder that no one is safe, and that every friendship may carry the seeds of betrayal.
Embrace it.
This makes you one of the most powerful soups in the world.
More powerful than Homelander.
Welcome back to Review. Today, we're diving into the Season 2 premiere of Gen V, titled New Year, New You. This episode doesn't just reset the board, it redefines the entire game. It's a story about loss, survival, and the terrifying question of who you can trust when the world is designed to break you. If you're ready for a cinematic deep dive into the twists, heartbreaks, and shocking reveals of this episode, stick around. And before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our breakdowns on the Boys universe. A love letter to Chance Perdomo. The episode opens with a gut punch. Before any action unfolds, we see a simple but powerful title card for Chance. This is, of course, a tribute to Chance Perdomo, whose sudden passing in 2024 left fans and castmates shaken. The series makes a bold and heartfelt choice here. It doesn't recast episode, not just a continuation of Gen V, but a living memorial. The new face of Godolkin. Cutting to the present, we're immediately greeted by VOT propaganda. Then, Godolkin University unveils its new identity. No more whispers of woke agendas. Instead, the institution crowns itself as a fortress of control, where supers dominate the narrative. At the center of this rebrand are Kate and Sam, now showcased as model students. Even Justine and Rufus are paraded as part of this glossy facade. And then comes the game changer. Cipher, played by the phenomenal Hamish Linklater, is introduced as the new dean. His eerie calm masks a deep menace. Cipher isn't just a replacement administrator. He is a looming threat, the kind of character whose very presence makes you question every smile, every word. Behind the PR glitz, the reality is harsher. Jordan and Emma are dragged from captivity and told they must publicly read scripted statements or face jail time. Their forced moment. Kate learns Andre has died at Elmira. The thin veneer cracks. Her grief erupts, and her confrontation with Jordan spirals into violence. It's not just anger, it's despair disguised as fists. This raw clash reminds us that unity among these characters is fragile, built on the rubble of lies and manipulation. Broken bonds and new lies. If Andre's absence is the wound, Kate's actions are the salt. When she learns of Andre's death, she breaks. But instead of finding solace in her peers, she faces rejection. Jordan punches her in a burst of rage, and Emma intervenes. But Kate is left sobbing, isolated on the ground. This moment encapsulates the fragile emotional landscape of the group. They've been through horrors together, but trauma doesn't always bind. It fractures, and Cipher knows this. Standing before the assembly, he praises the so-called guardians of Godolkin and paints humans as the true enemy. It's a speech dripping with indoctrination, designed to pit the students against the world outside. Kate tries to assert herself, threatening Cipher with Homelander's name, but Cipher flips the power dynamic instantly. Grabbing her remaining arm, he whispers a chilling threat. He could drop it in a blender without hesitation. The message is clear. Kate may think she has leverage, but Cipher holds the strings now. The loss of Andre, combined with Cipher's manipulation, leaves the students unmoored. Each is left grappling with grief, anger, and distrust. The once fragile alliances begin to unravel, setting the stage for betrayals that feel inevitable. This segment captures the haunting truth of Gen V, that sometimes survival means becoming the very thing you feared. And Cipher? He's perfectly positioned to make sure of it. Marie on the run. While chaos consumes Godolkin, Marie keeps her hood up and her identity hidden. Alone, isolated, she sneaks into a gas station for a protein bar. A stranger's small act of kindness, covering the cost for her, becomes a fleeting reminder that humanity still exists outside the chaos. But peace doesn't last long. When Marie sees home teamers harassing the same man, she steps in. A single punch thrown her way turns into a brutal showcase of her blood powers, leaving the aggressor sprawled on the floor. This act of defiance risks exposure, but Marie's sense of justice refuses to let her stand by. Her path collides with danger again at a motel, where Dognot tracks her down. Their fight is destructive, tearing through furniture and walls. Just when it seems Marie may fall, a sudden burst of light hurls Dognot away. Standing in that glow is Starlight. Their meeting is more than a cameo, it's a seismic shift. Starlight warns Marie that Vought is reviving Project Odessa, a ghost from Godolkin's past. She pleads with Marie to return to school, not for herself, but to act as a spy. But Marie resists, her exhaustion and grief outweighing her willingness to rejoin the battlefield. This clash of ideals, Marie's desire to disappear versus Starlight's desperate need for resistance, highlights the season's core tension. Can you ever escape the system, or does survival demand that you fight within it? Party chaos and pain. Meanwhile, at a frat party, chaos brews in smaller but equally painful ways. Jordan, drowning grief in alcohol, lashes out when provoked, punching a frat boy so hard beer sprays over the crowd. Emma, cornered by Justine's manipulative podcast pitch, reacts violently, hurling her across the room. These outbursts aren't just random, they're trauma breaking through the surface. Emma especially struggles to cope. When Sam tries to comfort her, she cruelly mocks him for starring in what she calls a body swap movie. The words sting, but beneath her cruelty is sorrow. The moment she breaks down in the bathroom, shrinking uncontrollably, her vulnerability is laid bare. Sam, too, seeks comfort in Kate only to be manipulated. She uses her powers to reset his emotions, effectively stealing his grief. It's a horrifying abuse of intimacy and trust, one that underscores Kate's descent into moral compromise. The party becomes a microcosm of everything wrong at Godolkin. Grief numbed by alcohol, friendships splintered by mistrust, and powers weaponized against one another. Every room vibrates with suppressed rage, loneliness, and the echo of Andre's absence. It's here that Gen V shows its true genius, using small, personal interactions to reflect the grander battles brewing outside. The war isn't just Vought versus the students. It's grief versus healing, control versus freedom, and trust versus betrayal. Betrayals and brutal choices. The final act ties everything together in a devastating climax. Emma and Jordan track Marie through a TikTok video that exposes her fight with the home teamers. When they finally find her, they bring devastating news. Andre is dead. Marie's devastation is raw, but before grief can settle, Kate arrives. She pushes Marie to return to school, but when she reads Marie's mind, her allegiance to Vought becomes clear. Kate demands that Marie report Starlight. What follows is betrayal in its purest form. Jordan instinctively strikes first, slamming Kate into a fuse box. Her head bleeds profusely, and in one haunting detail, she can't push the blood back in without touching it. The imagery is grotesque, almost symbolic, her power slipping through her fingers as her trust with her friends drains away. Fearing her ability to control them, Marie, Jordan, and Emma leave her bleeding, possibly dying. It's a horrifying choice, one that redefines their friendship. The episode ends not with victory, but with fracture. Cipher looms larger than ever. Andre's memory haunts them all, and Kate's betrayal splinters the group beyond repair. Gen V New Year, New You is more than just a season premiere. It's a recalibration, a painful, emotional re-entry into a world where grief becomes weaponized and trust is a luxury no one can afford. By refusing to recast Andre, the show doesn't just honor Chance Perdomo's memory, it builds the entire narrative around his absence. And yet, amid the grief, new threats rise. Cipher is terrifyingly enigmatic, Project Odessa lurks in the shadows, and friendships are cracking under the weight of betrayal. The question now is simple but haunting. When the system is built to control you, who can you trust? Your friends, your mentors, or no one at all? So what do you think? Was leaving Kate bleeding out justified? Or was it the beginning of an unforgivable fracture? Comment your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your take. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and join me for the next deep dive right here on Review.